10 reasons to explore national parks.
Parks are our natural habitat. As much as we all love living in developed cities or farmed lands, these parks, uninhabited by humans, are literally where we once came from. We grew up with the trees, the earth, the running water, these animals, and we can learn a ton by immersing ourselves back into these environments.
As a vacation, they're incredibly affordable. There's almost 100 national parks between Canada and the United States alone. And the average cost to get in for a carload of people varies from like 10 to 40 bucks. Really fun way to get adventure and not break the bank.
They protect historic and cultural sites. National parks hold the story of our past, both the good and the bad. They are our history lessons to teach future generations, both culturally and ecologically.
They force isolation. As weird as it sounds, we sometimes need isolation. And places like national parks, they separate us from others and can force an experience that's just you, your conscience, and nature. This is a place that breeds new thought processes and understandings.
They bring out our inner child. It's kind of like seeing a really beautiful place for the first time. It gives you this sense of like wonder and awe and intrigue at this new location, kind of a similar feeling you'd get as a child, except you can have it again as an adult in a national park. It's so well preserved and so pristine, and depending on where you are, it can be almost like postcard kind of a look. And it's just scenery that you are not used to seeing, and it brings this kind of excitement that's sort of hard to explain and that we've kind of associated with bringing out your inner child, the way you look at it. So an example of that personally would be Zion National Park, the Narrows. We did the Narrows at Zion, and I guess the time of year that we were doing it, you're trudging through, knee-deep water.
Oh, it's getting kind of deep now.
It's really cold. You're kind of walking on different rocks as you go along this hike. Just traveling through water and balancing on different rocks is kind of a game in itself and makes me feel like a kid again. I don't know very many adults that can say, oh yeah, I was recently trudging through water. I could think of 100 kids that could say that any given week. So it's just, I don't know, I guess it's the way you look at it. It's fun, depending on where you're at.
National parks don't only protect huge landscapes, but they also protect habitats, which are homes for thousands of species of animals. Some animals only exist in parks because of the conservation of their homes.
They create an incredible economic boost. It is said that national parks bring in over $1 billion in consumer spending annually. Although they do require a ton of money and resources to sustain, they are an incredibly cost-effective revenue stream for the economy.
They will teach you. National parks are encyclopedias full of lessons and knowledge that is taught through seeing and experiencing the colors, shapes, textures, and formations of the world. There are things you will learn about the landscapes and in return, learn about yourself. I also think being in nature, you get to see and learn a lot about the life cycle. You see things dying and you see things growing. National parks will continuously teach you about direction, gravity, space and time, formation of things, plants and animals, and how they grow and how they die. You can only really learn this viscerally by being in nature.
They protect iconic geological features. National parks are like the world's museums, where you'll find the most incredible landscapes and formations. They'll be treasures for your eyes and will change your perception on the world and the beauties that it beholds.
They have healing properties. There's no denying that life can be stressful back home with work, relationships, commitments, etc. But when you step away from the world and unplug completely, your mind relaxes. Your anxiety and stress subsides. You calm down. You feel at peace. Not a lot of places in the world can force this upon somebody quite like national parks.
Millions of people go and explore national parks every year in the US, and that puts an immense amount of pressure on the infrastructure that's built to protect them. That, alongside climate change and fires, floods, temperature changes, and physical human impact, all of these things affect the ability for national parks to thrive. So, we have to build a higher awareness around the importance of protecting these parks, because they're some of the last remaining pieces of our history. Thanks for watching, guys. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button and leave us a comment. Let us know what you think. Did we miss anything? Tell us a story about your favorite experience in a national park. And as always, hit the subscribe button and share this video with a friend that needs to see it. See you guys next week.
We love the park, we live with the trees. Animals were there once, animals are there still, and we can learn from them. We can learn from them. We are animals, we are the same as them. Fundamentally all the same. That's what we said in the other video. We are all the same, different situation. But if you look at their eyes, we will feel the same feelings.